just got to get myself organised here and put on my glasses. Mr. Johnston, thank you very much for your generous and warm welcome. I so enjoy what you have to say about me because it makes me look a lot better than I ever have been. So it's a pleasure, Stuart, to be back at your school and in your company. I thank also Mrs. Backer, who oversees the welfare of this group for me. She has helped me with some background information about this assembly. She's a marvel. But I'm not telling you something that you don't already know. I am thinking that some of you entered this school in the ELC, some perhaps a bit later, and some of you will be new to the school this year. One of the things that we have in common is our first day at school, and it's probably vivid in your memory. Interestingly, day one, 60 years ago and 2 months, is still vivid in mine. And that is what I want to tell you about this morning. You will need to understand that I am recounting it from my perspective. Well, everyone would agree and will tell you that it was a significant day in the school's story. But when you are 10 years of age and way out of your depth and comfort zone, the day was seen by me as one to get through at all costs. I felt no sense of it being an historic day, none whatsoever. You see, I was very happy at Red Hill Consolidated. I cannot ever remember being to Mount Eliza, although I must have. And to leave my little town where I was born filled me with a degree of anxiety. And as my mother drove me down Warella Drive and pulled into what is now the junior school car park, there was a sight to behold. It was like a festive occasion. There was a throng of people in splendid clothing with photographers and well-wishers, along with 86 young boys and me. Mum opened the car door, told me to be good, and that she would pick me up at 4 o'clock. She had to get back and help my father with some fly-blown sheep. I stood there in my grey suit and tie and blue shirt and peak cap, knowing no one. We lined up at those stairs that Mr. Johnson's talked to you about, eldest at the front. At the head of the line was a boy called Warwick Barton, as I later learned, who was the first to physically enter the school. Someone had a sense of occasion, as Warwick was the great-great-grandson of Sir Edmund Barton, the first Prime Minister of Australia. But I was wrong. I did know someone. He was standing on the grass embankment overlooking the school, smoking his pipe. It was my dentist, John Newton. John Newton, as you would know, was instrumental in the creation of this school. And beside him was Dr. Stuart Moroney, another significant figure in the school's history, after whom the Moroney Medal for Ducks of the school was named. And from the top of the stairs, I could see the 7 members of staff ready to receive us. And then, all of a sudden, a hush fell across the crowd, and he appeared. It had to be. We had all heard a good deal about him. Imposing, loud, erudite, and very authoritative. It was Dudley Barrington Clark, the headmaster. Single, 40-ish, and talented as we came to appreciate. And as an aside to that, your principal, Stuart Johnston, took me and two others, Stephen Wilshire and Stephen Braddon, to Dudley Clark's funeral at St Mary's Cathedral, Hobart, about 10 years ago. Well, I survived that first day, as you can see. And Stephen Brennan, who you may have heard of, I sat next to for the next 10 months, and he has gone on to make his mark on this school. Now, while this is a bit of a story about me, I tell you this for one reason only. There is a connection between you and me which cannot be separated by a difference in years. On this inaugural day, this historic day, there were heroes and there were heroines. Every good story has these. I can assure you, I was not one of them, and nor were the 86 other boys. The staff were outstanding in every respect, but it was not them. Those visionary characters like Newton, Moroni, Jaffray, regardless of their inspiring work, do not fit the bill for me. Well, by now, you will have deduced who were the unsung heroes and heroines. Without question, they were my parents and today yours. My parents took a punt. A punt is about a 50-50 bet that this school would work and it would provide me with an opportunity. The school is now established, and that opportunity remains for you as it did for me. I have never reflected upon this February day 1961 until 2 weeks ago. It gives me great pleasure to think how fortunate I have been, and I hope you, perhaps in less than 60 years, will be able to come to the same conclusion, that your parents were as selfless as mine, and through Peninsula Grammar, they gave you an opportunity second to none. Thank you very much for listening to me.